It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Panthers and the Raiders, and it comes your way next.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Las Vegas, Nevada. Today, it's a Week 9 matchup. We are all set to go, as it'll be the Carolina Panthers taking on the Las Vegas Raiders. Again, everyone, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. And Charles, we look at the Raiders here entering play. They coming off their very first loss of the year, suffered a week ago.
Yeah, it will not be a perfect season, but I'm interested to see how they bounce back now that they know that chasing the 1972 Dolphins is out the window.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Panthers, they were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. So here comes the Raider offense now onto the field. And they will be led out by a man in his sophomore campaign as the quarterback.
And no excitement unless you're on the defensive team of last week in his numbers, because the only excitement he really generated was the one interception he threw.
Yeah, no touchdown passes.
Yeah, and his team wasn't real thrilled about that. And they lost the game. So I know this week has been tough on him because he's been working hard. Fundamentals, footwork, finding the right targets. And bottom line, how do they get a win?
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. You look at this Carolina defense. They were terrific a week ago in that victory over Tampa Bay, Charles.
Have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw. They ended up getting 4 sacks in the game, stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire time, made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield.
And that's what they told us this week, that pressure on the QB is key. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
And every time you step on a field, coaches are always going to talk about how important tackling is in a ball game. In this one, especially so. You can't allow these guys to break free and get extra yards after contact, and that's exactly what happens here. That can't continue as this game goes on.
They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. Once again, it's Jacobs. On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. 10 more there and another first down. The Raiders at 7-1 now on the year. And they come in following a loss last week, and that, of course, ended that strong run they were on. They had won 7 in a row prior.
And something you pointed out to me before the game even began, they've had terrific fortune throughout their entire win streak, but we both saw it happen right in front of our eyes. Some of that good fortune dried up, and they ended up taking the loss.
From the 23, here's 2nd and 5. To throw here, O'Connell. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
They are such a talented team at defending the perimeter and taking away throws to the outside. Great confidence, great skill.
Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's 3rd down. Throwing, O'Connell. Over the middle, he's got Mayer. And they snap him short of the first, as he can only get to the 20. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that'll bring up 4th down. They go with Jacobs. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16.
Well, that's what's called being aggressive right there. But I don't know that it's reckless. I think it's much more of a message, hey, defense, I believe in you in case we don't get it. And offense, trying to let them know he believes in them as well.
I like it. Your first drive of the game in plus territory, be aggressive. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 43 yards rushing for him here. What a start to the ball game. It's 1st and goal. He's had his eyes on 7,000 career rushing yards, and with that last effort, he has hit that mark. What a career.
And that is the number to focus in on, because oftentimes we talk about where do they rank all time. We're not there yet. He's not knocking on the top 10 or the top 20, but over 7,000 yards in a career, fantastic.
It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
Here's where we need to see some tenacity from this defense, because they've been pushed right down the field on this opening drive. They've got to find some way to push back, and that's a good first step.
Jacobs. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Calling a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking?
And he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown. Josh Jacobs, his 12th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Raiders get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Well, first quarter, maybe too early to talk about statement drives, Charles, but that sure seemed like a statement drive right there.
Well, if we're going to talk about statement drives, I think what they're saying is we're going to establish the run. They gave it to him early and often on this drive, and he wound up taking it into the end zone.
The extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their 2nd-year quarterback.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
They're coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The numbers for Sanders last week, 18 carries, 85 yards, and a touchdown.
In a perfect world, they'd run the ball the same way they did last week, but against the #1 rush defense in the league, they're going to have to find a different way to move the ball. Maybe they start throwing it early and come back to the run.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. To throw, Young. Throw left side on target to Thielen. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Now Young. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
was their first third down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key third down throws.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Good coverage there holds him to just a 2-yard return following a punt of 44. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. Second drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. Just the one misstep for them in the first half of the season. 7-1 is the record at the midway point. And in terms of whatever power rankings you want to go by, they're at or near the top of the list in terms of best teams in the National Football League.
And for me, in my little bit of rankings here, I've got them at the top. I know there's still 2 months to go, and we've seen teams get off to hot starts and then fade away due to injuries or the schedule or whatever. But unless there are a rash of injuries on this team, I'd be surprised if they aren't a 1st or 2nd seed come playoff time.
Jacoby Myers, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down. You look at this Carolina defense. They were terrific a week ago in that victory over Tampa Bay, Charles.
And the big thing for them was the interceptions. And you hear teams all the time talk about establishing themselves against the pass, no-fly zones and things of that nature. This group had a bunch of them in last week's game.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. Jacobs going to try the middle, and not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter from Vegas. The homestanding Raiders with a football here. Here's 2nd and 7 as they've got it as we resume action. 2nd down, Jacobs once more. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Here now a 3rd down and 8. O'Connell working from the gun. Oh, trying to get that to Adams, but that's intercepted. Xavier Woods with a pick. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down.
I am willing to bet that he got a monster grin on his face when he saw what was happening. Man covers were so committed to denying a big throw that it pulled attention away from him, and he had an easy lane to hit, and hit it he did.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. He was looking for Adam Thielen there, but it'll be 2nd down. Now here's Young. He'll find Thielen working the middle. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the 1st here. Young on 3rd and 2. He's got his target. That's complete. Touchdown! Terrace Marshall. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Panthers are an extra point away from evening this one up. Pinheiro's extra point up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. And their dreams of an undefeated season shattered with the loss a week ago. Now, look, whenever an undefeated team goes down, you always hear some say, well, they needed that. I don't know, Charles. Is that a narrative that you buy into?
Well, I haven't met a coach yet that feels like they needed that loss. You know, that's not something that they're in favor of. But I do know this. People like us, our colleagues, all of us in the media, constantly hammering a team that's undefeated. Hey, do you think you can do it the whole season? Can you carry it the whole way? That does wear down a group, and sometimes that loss get us off your back. You can move forward from there.
So the completion good for 7 there. And now that sets up 3rd and 2. Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Here's O'Connell looking to throw it. This is Hamler on the receiving end. His first catch, good for 8 and a first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he'll be taken down after a short gain as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. Big Derek Brown making the stop. Here's a 2nd and 8. Here's O'Connell. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. It's the former number 4 overall pick, Cleveland Ferrell, that got in there to bring him down. A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Now it's O'Connell. And that is incomplete. Oh, he did everything but hold on to it. But a nice play defensively, and now it brings up 4th down. Here's A.J. Cole now to punt this one away. And they punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And a fair catch called for and made at the 12-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Panthers will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. It's Young on 1st down. Got his man. It's Jonathan Mingo. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. 1st down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14. Here is Young. Throw left side, pulled in by Mingo. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Throwing, Young. Open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. Young trying to hurry them up to the line here. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Short throw underneath to Hurst. 1st down now, but that clock rolling. They'll throw again. Young. And this will be incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another 1st down.
2nd down, Young. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go with this 1st half. Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. Young to throw it. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. And he'll get this to the 40, but that's still going to be a few yards short of the first down. 8 yards on the screen there, not enough. And it'll be 4th down. Blake Gillikin on to punt here as he'll send this one away. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. So a touchdown apiece. That's what we have to show at halftime as they head to the locker room. 7-7 our score. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, all right, Brandon, thank you very much. Hi again, everyone. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the NFL as we are officially into the second half of the season. We'll begin up north at MetLife Stadium over in New Jersey, where it was the Giants who pick up the victory at home. Daniel Jones, strong in the win, as his guys start the second half with a victory that moves them to 6-3 on the year. From there, we head on over to Wisconsin to check on the Packers at home at Lambeau Field. And they were losers in that one to the visiting Minnesota Vikings. Alexander Mattison, over 100 yards rushing with a touchdown run. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Houston Texans. Najee Harris, over 100 yards rushing with a touchdown run. We thought this one would be a close battle coming in, and we have not been disappointed. They're all even to this point. This has the feeling of a game that could go right down to the wire. One mistake or one big play could turn out to be the difference. Both teams making their final adjustments before we get started once again. And for the call of the second half, let's send you back out to Allegiant Stadium and Brandon Gott.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. Set and ready to go for the second half. One touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score. No run back here to begin the half, and we will start at the 25-yard line. But the Panthers going to take over here to start quarter number 3. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic, no need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
Here's a throw out line complete to his running back right side. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And so many times we look at the opening drive of the third quarter as a tone setter, and many coaches do emphasize it. And that's a strong performance there defensively to force incompletion and, more importantly, force a quick punting situation.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Hamler now on the return. They'll get 9 yards on the return there following a punt of 42. And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. Fakes the handoff. Now O'Connell to throw. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that. and often pay the price.
Following the interception, Young. That swung out wide to Sanders. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that's going to bring up second down. Young. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. 4 yards the pickup, first down. They'll run with Sanders up the middle. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. It's a Carolina first down on a gain of 16.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
A first down throw for Young. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
It's a second down run with Sanders. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Miles Sanders. A 12-yard touchdown run. And the Panthers have taken the lead. Pinheiro now to add the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. 5 plays there on that drive. And it was Miles Sanders who finished it off with a touchdown run. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Time again to see Josh Jacobs and this Vegas offense operate. And he's sure looking like a lock for a 1,000-yard season. Don't know if he's going to get it in this game, but he'd probably like to just to get past that point.
Yeah, and if he doesn't, as you noted, there's still time, still opportunity. There's still more games to be played. So, yeah, it's not a lock. But barring injury, it certainly looks like he's going to get there. And what an accomplishment that is. Anytime you get over 1,000 yards, you're celebrated in the NFL.
It's been quite a season. Still a couple chapters left in that book, though. Second down, Jacobs once more. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on third down. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Marked that down for a win in the defense's column.
Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped them, bringing up 4th down.
Here's A.J. Cole now as he'll punt it away for the second time. Taken in at the 20. Now a hit and a loose football. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. So here are the Panthers set to take over. They were winners a week ago over the Bucs. They lead here as well as they come up on first down. To throw, Young. Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Divine Diablo. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. But no surprise to see that one, partner. The league's #1 defense coming through with a huge pick-6.
And it's plays like that one that made them the most feared group to face this year. Offenses, they're trying to figure out how to work around them rather than work through them. Big-time impact playmakers scattered throughout the unit on every level, and they can change a game at a moment's notice.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And we are tied at 14. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. Carolina getting set to take the field. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out.
It's caught inside the 25. A big play there for Carolina. 59 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Young will set to throw. And he'll find Thielen on the right side. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it'll be second down.
Here we go. Here we go.
Young to throw it. It'll be first and goal when we come back. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL. Back now in Las Vegas. Welcome back, everybody. All even as we get ready to start the fourth. A field goal could get them the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on first and goal. Now Young. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. Adam Thielen from a yard out. And the Panthers have broken our tie and have taken a fourth quarter lead. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, second year in the NFL. But I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the second-year quarterback.
And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. And now after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this fourth quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. He had to fight that time. Ran through one tackle, but ultimately he's only going to get back to the line of scrimmage. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well. Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. Shaq Thompson on the tackle that time.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Second down, Jacobs once more. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 93 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ballgame. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's first and 10. Throwing, O'Connell. He hits Adams complete. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Here's Jacobs from the gun. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Throwing on third, O'Connell. Hard throw, incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
They'll go for it. O'Connell. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And the Raiders are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And with the scoreboard against them here in the fourth quarter, this was definitely 4-down territory. Really nice job there finding a way to get open, and a really nice throw. That sets them up with first and goal.
Here's Jacobs. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And they're knocking on the door. Second and goal now in a one-score game. Second down, goal to go. And O'Connell now to throw. And it's caught.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
Boy, just a gigantic play here, both sides. This is 3rd and inches. They'll run it with Jacobs. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. O'Connell here on 4th down. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And the Panthers have just about sewn up this football game. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Got to figure the rush is going to be fierce again as they come up 2nd and 13.
Check right. Smith red. Correct one.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Another run with Sanders. And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. There's the Panthers punter now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And returning it, here's Hamler. 43-yard punt, but they get 9 back on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. So now London down 21-14. A little under 50 seconds to go. They need a touchdown and the PAT to tie it as they come up 1st and 10. O'Connell. He's going to let it fly. And this is caught at the 20. Here's O'Connell. He finds his man complete. It's Jacobs. And he's brought down. What a finish to this one. I mean, this offense, they had it down there inside the red zone, but ultimately couldn't execute that final snap to find the end zone.
Yeah, and they're going to walk away from this one, and you know what's going to go through their heads the entire time until they get to play again. If we could only have that final snap to do over one more time, maybe with a different play call.
So for the Panthers, the win gets them back over 500 at 5-4 on the year. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Atlanta to take on the Falcons. Meanwhile, for Las Vegas, it's just their second loss so far to go along with their 7 wins. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in Cincinnati against the Bengals. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.